there you guys, Sean Allen here. Welcome to the Disneyland video series. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you actually like to stay connected with my channel, please be sure to hit the red subscribe button and also the bell button, because that way you can be notified as to when a new video will be posted onto my channel. So there's a lot of things going on right now at Disneyland, and really just Disney altogether. So I decided to add this new segment into my channel because I felt like it. Now I know that there are going to be some pieces of information in this video that may have happened already, but I think it's still newsworthy, so please don't hate me for that, because I try to bring you guys the most accurate information as I can. And if I get something wrong, I apologize. Please let me know in the comment section down below. I don't argue, obviously, but I do the best I can. So for this video, I'm strictly going to be talking about Adventureland. And that's Adventureland here in California, not anywhere else in any other parks out there in the world. I'm talking strictly here in California. So if you've been to Disneyland lately over the past few years, you probably know that there's been a lot of congestion, or really just a lot of traffic going in and out of Adventureland, because it seems like there's a lot of people that have migrated to that area of the park to either ride the Indiana Jones ride or the Jungle Cruise. The Tiki Room is like on the very edge of Adventureland as you're entering it, but it still can get a little bit crowded. In fact, the Tiki Room has its own separate area, so it's a little bit closed off, but still, it's there in Adventureland. And Disney executives have seen this congestion, and they're like, what can we do to ease this? What can we do to help make the flow of traffic better? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that have claustrophobia, and it's like, if you're all packed in there in this one place, that's not very good. Plus, there's also a safety issue. So, what are they going to do in order to fix this problem? Well, there's a couple of things happening. In fact, one happened last week, and that was the closing of the Indiana Jones Adventure Outpost. Now, this was the gift shop for the Indiana Jones Adventure ride, or also known as the Temple of the Forbidden Eye attraction. In case you are wondering where this gift shop was located, it's literally right next door to the Bingo Barbecue. It's also the same place where I first started off on my Adventureland Juju quest. It was the Adventureland Trading Post. The shop right next door to the Indiana Jones shop also closed. It was the South Seas Trader Shop. And yes, unfortunately, that closed as well. So what kind of merchandise was being sold at that gift shop? Well, it was basically Indiana Jones stuff, but it was very limited because not a whole lot's been made for Indiana Jones. Like, recently they had, of course, actually a number of years ago, they released Indiana Jones Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so they came up with a whole bunch of, like, action figures and toys for that movie. They even brought back some of the old retro stuff for the action figures. I actually have one where Indiana Jones is with the Ark of the Covenant. But really, not a whole lot was being sold in the gift shop. They had a bunch of snakes there, spiders. They did sell a bunch of fedoras there that Indiana Jones wore in the movies. And I think they sold whips too. But other than that, not really a whole lot relating to the ride itself. I mean, they do have like a penny machine, like a press penny machine in the Adventureland Bazaar, but it wasn't located in the Indiana Jones shop. Of course, that is bizarre because it should have been located in the Indiana Jones shop, which it wasn't. So, yeah, weird. They also had a bunch of Mickey Mouse figures where he looked like he was playing Indiana Jones. They had pins where it was just Mickey Mouse. They also had another pin collection where it was Indy and had the logo and all that stuff. But really, in terms of merchandise, it was strictly the movies and not really the ride, which, in my opinion, I just didn't think it was really that great. In terms of the South Seas Traders Shop, I don't exactly know. I think it was like a whole bunch of, like, tropical stuff, like tropical imports, but we'll get to tropical imports in a second because that actually is something's happening there as well. So why are they closing down these gift shops? Well, the main reason is because they're going to be providing more seating areas for the Bingo Barbecue, which I said earlier, it is right next door to the former Indiana Jones gift shop. And if you guys have seen my episode of Mealtime at Disneyland where I actually tried the place out, there wasn't hardly any seating there. Like, they had this tree that had, like, a table around it, like a circular table, and a couple of seated areas. Other than that, that was it. There wasn't a whole lot of seating, and I think a lot of people were like, well, where are we supposed to go to eat? Because you would have to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes for somebody to finish their food and then leave. And honestly, it's not the best place to really sit down and eat because you're out in the sun, and especially in the summertime, you're going to get really hot and might get sunburned, so basically, the Bingo Barbecue is not a good place to have lunch, obviously. So, where could you go other than the Bingo Barbecue? Well, really no other place, because that's literally the only restaurant in Adventureland. So yes, they are providing more seating areas for the Bingo Barbecue, which is awesome. Whether or not they're going to be providing more queue line areas for a bingo barbecue, I really don't know, because the queue line actually goes out into the traffic. So people are not only walking through Adventureland or coming out of New Orleans into Adventureland, but the line literally cuts into the traffic in some areas, which causes some of the congestion heading off towards New Orleans. So that's a bit of a problem. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll try to work that into the plan. But as of right now, the shops are being converted into this new seating area. And yes, they will be air conditioned, which is awesome during the summertime. Now, I don't exactly know when they're going to be opening this new area up. It's probably going to be about a month before they can officially announce it being open for the bingo barbecue. But give it some time, because obviously they got to get all the merchandise out of the shops. It's probably going to migrate over to the Adventureland Bazaar. And once that's all settled and done, and they got enough seating areas available and the air conditioning set up, it will be available for everybody to use. Now, if you guys have never been to the Adventureland Bazaar, which is literally the first gift shop you see there in Adventureland, there's a lot of stuff there, but in my opinion, it's probably a good thing that the Indiana Jones merchandise is going there, because there's some pieces of merchandise in the Adventureland Bazaar that doesn't really fit there. They have stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean in that shop. And I'm thinking to myself, why is that there? That should be over at the Pieces of 8 store. I don't know. My guess is that once they get the Indiana Jones merchandise out of the other gift shop and into the bazaar, what's going to happen is that it's going to replace the Pirates of the Caribbean section. Because honestly, Pirates of the Caribbean should not be in Adventureland, unless, I guess in some ways, being a pirate is adventurous. But it's supposed to be in New Orleans Square. So sorry, but that needs to go. Now, those aren't the only shops that are closing in Adventureland. There's another shop that's going to be closing, and it's literally right across from the bazaar. Yep. It's Tropical Imports. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are they doing this as well? Why are they closing down Tropical Imports? Well, here's the reason. Not only is there a lot of traffic going in and out of Adventureland, but the strollers are being left in the center lane or the center aisle of Adventureland. It literally provides a line between the two traffic areas from going into Adventureland and out of Adventureland. So what they're planning on doing is that they're going to take out Tropical Imports, and they're going to be converting that into a stroller parking lot. Literally. So, yes, that is a good thing that they're going to be replacing it with a stroller parking area, getting it out of the way of people walking through Adventureland. But my question is, where are they going to be selling fresh fruit and water and vitamin water? Because practically in every land, they have something like that being sold somewhere in the parks, whether it's a vendor or a shop. So where's it going to be sold? My guess is that they're probably going to have a vendor, or they might have the Adventureland Bazaar converted into a somewhat small-style restaurant in a way. Well, not a restaurant, but like a snack area where you can get these pieces of food. On June 29th, Tropical Imports is going off into the sunset from Adventureland. It's going back into the wild, I should say. So that's what's going on right now in Adventureland. I know these are big changes for Adventureland. We haven't really seen a lot of big major changes to Adventureland, not for a really long time. But there may be something else coming up later on in the future that will affect the Jungle Cruise, and it involves a movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. More on that stuff later on down the road when it's officially announced, because I don't like the direction it's heading, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I could be wrong about it, but other than that, I'm just going to leave it right there. That's the news for you guys. So on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. I hope this news was informative, and I hope it gave you a little insight to what's going on right now in Disney parks, well, more specifically Disneyland. Maybe at some point here I'll try to branch out into the other theme parks like Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris. Maybe not Disneyland Paris, but maybe a little bit of Walt Disney World here and there. But really, this news is strictly about Disneyland and what's happening with Disneyland. Last time I talked about Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer Island opening up to the public, which of course is awesome because that's up and running again. That wasn't a part of this news segment. That was before I started this series. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be doing more news updates as time goes along. Maybe about new updates as to when something will be opening or closing, when they have an announcement. For those of you who are asking me if I'm going to be going to D23 this year, the answer is no. I unfortunately am not going to be going there. Sorry. But maybe next year. if I can, but we'll see. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and if you want to stay connected to my channel, please, again, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button, because that way you can get notifications as to when a new video will be uploaded onto my channel. And as always, I am on social media. I have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. The links are down below in the description of this video. I also have 3 other channels: the educational series, the vlog series, and the travel town series. I also have a P.O. Box, so if you guys want to send me viewer mail, the P.O. Box address is down below in the description of this video. And I can't stress this enough. If you can't see any of the links that I talk about in this video, check out the description down below. If you can't see any of the links, click on the Show More button, because the links are there. It will actually extend the description box, and you can see all the links that I mentioned about in this video down there in the description box. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time here on the Disneyland video series. Bye! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more Disneyland fun. Check out the playlist provided on the end slate. Be sure to check out my other channels. And don't forget to follow my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.